What's up guys, Big Metz here, coming at you with another Big Metz's training tip of the week. And what we're covering this week is what pressure to run your tires at when you're going out for a ride on your road bike. And that's going to be a little bit different for everyone. It's going to depend on a couple things. It's going to depend on the width and size of your tire, and it's going to depend on how much you weigh. And so I would say generally, if you have a standard road bike tire that's somewhere between a 23 and a 25, you're probably going to want to run somewhere between 80 and 120 PSI. I'd say 80 being probably on the low end, 120 PSI being on the high end. And so I would say the average person should run about 100, and then you can sort of play within that range to see what you like the most. Some of that's going to be also a little bit conditions dependent. If you're going on a perfectly smooth, brand new paved road, you might be able to run a little bit of a higher tire pressure because you don't have too many bumps, and you don't really have anything to absorb on the road because the surface is so perfect and so smooth. But if you're going on any gravel roads, or if you're going out on roads that potentially have some cracks or potholes or something like that, you're going to want a little bit lower because it just gives the tire a little bit more give and room to absorb whatever might be in the road. I also find that if you run a little bit of a lower pressure, you might be a little bit less likely to get a puncture, because if you do go over rocks or anything like that, the tire itself and the tube on the inside just has a little bit more give to it. So for me, I'm 175 pounds and I run 90 PSI pretty much across the board. If you're a little bit lighter, I would say maybe go 80, 85. If you're heavier and you're on more perfect roads, I would potentially go somewhere around 100 to 110. So I know that's a bit of a range there, but I think, play around with it, see what you like. 100's always a really good place to start, no matter your size or conditions. That's a pretty good starting place, and then just play around with it. My recommendation in terms of when to pump your tires, I would say probably at least every time you ride. Maybe you can get away with it every other ride, but you're probably going to lose between 10 and 15 PSI when you leave your bike overnight. So when you go to pump them up in the morning, shoot for that 100 mark, and then sort of depending on where you're riding, come up with what number is best for you. And that's the training tip of the week. Hope you guys took some good information from this one, and you have a great ride out there. Stay safe. See you next time.